is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
I just realized. Okay, it was working. I thought.
I just realized once again
tonight
that I'm a butthole. What?
I didn't think we had levels for a second, but we do. We're here. We're her. So, excuse me. Couple of editor's notes. We're doing 2 episodes of The Boys today.
Yeah, I guess.
Tonight. We're also going to do The Punisher one-shot on Disney+. They call it a special presentation. Just call it a one-shot. That's what it is.
Especially with The Punisher.
Perfect branding.
Hello.
I would have. That's why I wouldn't have called it One Last Kill. I would have just called it Punisher one-shot.
Yep. Anyway. Hey, Feige. Still waiting for your call. Anyway.
And then, we're going to be talking about some comics. But first, the reason why we had a quickie last week was because Tyler went to a fucking foreign country.
Yeah.
Go on.
I've been poisoned by socialism, everybody.
Oh, he's Danish now. They got him.
Yep. Yeah.
So, you're back from Denmark.
I'm not going to get into all of it. Just suffice to say that don't be surprised if you don't see me living here very much longer. Anyway, Amsterdam fucking rocks. If you get the chance to go, you should. It's just really beautiful. There's no anxiety on the faces over there. And the reason why is because they have nothing to worry about. And when you realize that all crime, all low-level blue-collar crime, if you will, is related to poverty. And all white-collar crime in this country, which is basically what happens to make billionaires billionaires, which is stealing all of our money, that is not frowned upon. In fact, it's encouraged. So what's happening here in the country that you live in and that you were born in or whatever is so great is on purpose. Mm-hmm. None of it has to be that way. So anyway.
Tyler, for sake of time, you brought us some snacks.
Yes.
From
We're going to do a special What's in My Mouth.
But can we do like one this week, one next week?
No.
We don't have time.
Yeah, what do you mean?
We got to talk about your Denmark trip.
We don't have to do Punisher today.
No, we can do it. I fucking made myself watch it, so
I want to eat these and these.
You want to try some cool American?
Just.
What do you have in your hands?
I got a Ritter Sport unicorn.
No. Start the show over. We're failing already. We have a soundboard for a reason, Tyler.
I don't have it, so it's on you, really, when you think about it.
Fucking. Don't you say another word.
Jesus.
Until I start the theme. Oh, God, where is it?
I'll vamp while you're talking.
Yeah, you can.
So, yeah, you do that. So, I think the Punisher one-shot sucked.
Wow.
Think it was just,
we're just getting into...
Yeah, I think...
Calmer than you are.
Calmer than you are. Did I take it off the board?
Probably.
There's no way. There's no way.
Douche.
Why would I do that? I had it right.
Because you always have hated it. You're like...
It's the worst thing we do.
You and your brother... You had a brother named What's in My Mouth, and you were always jealous of him. You were always jealous of him, and he was, and the first chance you got to take over as the favorite kid in Mom's head, first chance you got. You know what, Mom? What's in my mouth? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I said, hey, what's in my mouth? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I said, hey, what's in my mouth? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I said, hey, what's it taste like? Salty or sweet? That's all
You scat it.
Now here's the thing. The reason why we're going to do both this week is because I'm pretty sure this is just Cool Ranch. So it's not really going to be like, whoa.
No, it's not Cool Ranch. It's Cool American.
Flavor. With a U. Flavor.
We need this clean because I feel like that could be a good drop. Ready?
Cool American.
I'm glad we did that on the show.
I'm pretty sure it's just Cool Ranch. And it smells like Cool Ranch. Yeah.
Oh, is it still going?
Oh, yeah, I made it a long one.
Cool American. Do it into the mic for the ASMR people. I want them to be rock hard.
That should be the end of that song. So the ASMR folks be rock hard.
That was just, I couldn't ask for better timing.
It's Cool Ranch.
I'm actually glad you got that because
You notice the chips are different, and here's why. There's specific laws against
No
what
corn
you
syrup?
can make, what you can allow
in Danish.
in your ship.
There was some in English.
You can take a picture of it and translate it.
Oh, well.
But the chips are different because they're not overly processed.
They spelled flavor wrong.
Uh-huh. British.
Why do the Europeans put the U in there? I don't understand it.
But do you notice like the difference in the chip?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I am glad that you got that because it's interesting to see like what is another country's interpretation of this without the same ingredients, and it holds up in terms of flavor.
Well,
I think
America-
it tastes like a cheaper Dorito. Is what it really tastes like.
The shitty country that we live in will allow chip companies to put whatever the fuck they want into a chip to make it blah 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 blah. They don't in Denmark and in Europe. So that's why the chips are like, whoa, that's interesting consistency. No, it's because it's an actual vegetable chip. Like they took vegetables and ground it up and made a chip. And then they didn't add a bunch of other shit to it. That's why it tastes weird to you, American. Anyway, it tastes weird to me. The Doritos were...
I think it tastes good.
No, but there's a palpable difference. It's like, this
Nice.
is not like normal chips. Yeah, I love it. Give me some more. Okay, and then we also have, that's why I want to do two, because that one wasn't going to take that long, because it's Cool Ranch. And then we got Ritter Sport Unicorn with crunchy butter biscuit and magic strawberry cream.
You said that too fast.
Ritter Sport Unicorn. You find Ritter Sport in America.
Okay.
You find them in the really good
But
chocolate
this is a Danish
areas.
flavor?
Unicorn, crunchy butter biscuit and magic strawberry cream. It better fucking be Denmark flavor. No, they had I ate them already. But they
You bastard.
they had a
Do you
Kit.
not
They had
care?
like 17 types of Kit Kat, like cookie dough Kit Kat. They had hazelnut Kit Kat, which again I already ate them. But they also had a bunch of these, and I was like, I gotta get that because it's like pink and whatever, and it looks cool. And I'd never seen this in America. I could very well find this in Walgreens. I don't know, but it looked cool, and it's Danish packaging, which means
Okay.
it's this type of packaging. It's called Nick Pack, and you do that, and
Whoa.
you break it open.
That's cool.
It's supposed to break open the actual package like that.
Oh wow! Look at the chocolate.
Look at
That's
the
that's thick.
Yeah. You've never had a Ritter Sport? Here, sorry.
You never had a Ritter Sport?
Oh yeah. It's right in my mouth.
I'll eat your ass.
No question.
If
I
this
mean,
candy
can I just
bar-
say
I'll eat your ass.
across the board?
Yeah, that was quick. Yeah. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
You know why? It's because we both did some.
Cocainum.
Fun fact, I stayed across from the police station in Aalborg. I didn't see one cop car the whole time I was there. Pause for a second, will you?
Oh, Tyler, I got some breaking news. They announced. Are you familiar with Devil Dinosaur?
Of course.
They're putting that fucking big ass devil
Dinosaurs.
in Marvel Rivals. He's coming to the game. I gotta tell you, I did see people upset that Moon Girl's not in it. And I wanted to be like, and there's so many people that were so quick to respond, like I did, where it's like optics. Marvel is not going to put a 9-year-old girl in a game where people shoot each other. They're just not going to do it. But Devil Dinosaur, I really wanted to do it for that drop. But I will tell you this.
I just don't care about that fucking game.
No, I was just saying.
That's cool.
No,
Whatever.
no. I'm saying, honestly, my angle to bring it up to you was, I love that this game is really brought in a lot of niche, weird Marvel characters. That I mean, Devil Dinosaur had that animated show, but I think for someone who loves Marvel, you should be excited that they're bringing in Devil.
I'm not excited
Dinosaurs!
About this game at all. I'm not excited about this game at all.
I'm not asking about the fucking
they're
game.
they're making comics about it too, and I'm like, oh, let me try that so I can understand the game. I still can't because it makes no fucking sense.
None of it matters.
No, it really doesn't.
I don't know why you're looking into it. That's all I'm saying. So let's get this out of the way, and then let's talk about Punisher versus then the boys. I have it in reverse order on the doc, but I want to touch on that first because I feel like there's a lot for us to talk about with the boys because there's 2 episodes. So let's talk about this Marvel special presentation, which is the 3rd of its kind, which is essentially Marvel one-shots because the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, and
Werewolf flop
and Werewolf by Night, which
great.
was the one that came before this. Personally, you and I have talked about this on the show before. I like this format if it's done properly. I think Werewolf by Night executed it so well, and I think this one could have benefited from more runtime.
The best thing that came out of this is to show us all how much of a fucking awesome actress Judith Light still is.
I didn't know who that was, and they're like, "It's
Who's
the boss?"
Yeah. She has had
I love her as Ma.
She has had a second chapter of her acting career where she is just a badass. Like around, I don't know, like the last 20 years or so, she's just gotten all these really badass hardcore roles, and I don't want to say, but she did come out as a lesbian around at some point, and I think that was freeing to her a little bit because she's gotten so many more like juicy like villain like roles, and she's just really good at it. So yeehaw. When I understand what the concept is, which is a Judge Dredd, basically. Type of situation. Hey, you have to fight your way out of a building.
Very much like the Raid, Judge Dredd.
Yeah. But then let's go ahead and piss it away by being like, well, it's not one last kill, is it, Frank? Because here we are killing at the end, and we got the actual Punisher symbol on, which I thought we were done with, but I guess not. Also,
you knew they were not going to get rid of that. There's so many years of marketing. It was like so many years of branding with that thing.
I want my 50 minutes back.
I don't feel.
Although there were some really cool parts.
I would say if you were to look at it, you're very much on the don't like it negative, where I'm more on. I'm kind of in the middle where I think. Excuse me, I keep doing it on the mic.
I just don't see the point.
And that's what I was going to say. I think you and I have some very similar takes on this because the more I kind of sat with it, the more I thought about it. I understand what the intention was, and I think.
And what is that?
I think this was their way to do what they did with Daredevil, where we're going to take this character from the Netflix era, reintroduce them into. I mean, they already started with Daredevil, but give him his own little story to shine in, where we're resetting the status quo. We're reintroducing this character to people that may have never watched him in the Daredevil show or watched him on the Netflix show, which at that point I'm like, why are you watching now? But regardless, and I think on that aspect, I can see the execution. But this would have benefited from being a movie. This would have benefited for another 20 minutes. And only for a little bit of fucking resolution to this story because it just ends.
Is he now going after Manucci?
I think that's the whole intention, is to set up that. Truly, what I think it was, let's reintroduce this character to the MCU before Spider-Man comes out. Mm-hmm. Do it in a way that we don't have to tie it to Daredevil or Spider-Man. Let it be Frank's own story. Make it a single episode. Do a one-shot. Let's just get it out there. To be like, hey, Disney Plus subscribers, are you interested in a Punisher reboot series? That's really what this is. This is a 50-minute advertisement for them to do another Punisher series. I really think that's what this is.
That's fine, but let's make sure we understand something here.
Doesn't mean it's good, by the way.
Let's make sure we understand something very simple. The Punisher that was introduced in the Netflix Daredevil series is not the Punisher from the comic books at all. Not even close. Okay? The Punisher that was introduced in the Daredevil Netflix series is some deranged killer who's off the rails and da-da-da. No, by the time we meet the Punisher in the comic books, he's already a well-established, laser-focused guy. He's got his stuff going on and da-da-da-da. He's never... That's not him where he's like trying to figure out... It's not the same character. And it never has been the same character. So when I see John Bernthal going like, well, I went to a bunch of comic book shops and they were like, you need to read these and don't fuck it up. The Punisher in the MCU, Daredevil Netflix series, whatever, that character is something different. And either way...
I don't know about that, dude. I feel
it
like...
It is.
I don't think it's that much different.
I don't really think it is. In the comics, he doesn't like go up with and hang out with Karen Page or find somebody to like... help him with
It's called an adaptation.
Great. But it's not the same character.
Age of Ultron is nothing like the fucking books.
You're
Are we
right.
going to complain about that?
I'm not complaining. I'm saying that it's not the same character, which is why I don't relate to
That's where I disagree.
I don't relate to the adaptation because it doesn't make any sense to me.
I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with it because...
And that's fair.
You yourself have given me comic books where it is fucking just as exploitative as this, and it's like, this isn't... You know what I mean? I just to say it's not the same character. You're right, but I still think this Frank has a lot of the qualities from Frank in the comics. That's what I think. But like the whole
him walking down that street with all that shit happening around him and him not doing anything.
See, that's one of the few things I think they did well. I think...
You know what ultimately it is?
I think...
You know what really, really it is?
Honestly,
Ultimately... No. Hold that thought. But
we're gonna... Yeah.
Ultimately, what it is I think the Punisher is a dumb fucking character, and it doesn't work for any more than one book, and then get him the fuck out of here. And some asshole was like, dude, marketing. That's why... You remember how great the 12-issue series just set it up and explained it, and let's be done with it?
I'm glad you brought that up.
3 months later, we have two new Punisher series.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Because...
That's why I'm never going to love any adaptation of the Punisher, really, even if it's good. And I can be totally wrong about the Netflix not being the right character. Absolutely. I agree with you disagreeing with me. But that's because I think the character as a whole is fucking dumb.
Yeah. But so what I think we're clashing is you like the I think you like more of the isn't it Gerry Conway who created him? Or Gary Conway? I can't remember.
Gerry, yeah.
He created him, right? Pretty sure he's... Anyway.
Gerry Conway.
Yeah. What you're thinking of that, I think that's the one you grew up with, and that's the original Punisher.
I've read the Ennis books. The Ennis books are amazing.
This definitely feels like Welcome Back Frank, more like the Ennis stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I was pushing back, because I'm like, I feel like it's more of this.
Maybe I haven't read the right Ennis books, but all the Ennis books that I've read have been... Frank is totally in control, and he's just a psycho. But he's not, like, drinking at all. I mean, he's not doing any of that shit.
Yeah, but you also have to take the context of where this Frank is. Because this Frank is post-Kingpin.
And what did you just say? This Frank.
See where I'm... But you see
so
where... You see how we're both... But okay,
we both agree with each other. It's just that I don't like it, and
both
you do.
I don't...
We both
are,
and
I've said this with the Daredevil show when he was in the Daredevil show last year. You and I are going to go back and forth with this because you're the same boat I am. I love John Bernthal in this role. And now how you feel about that character, how one-note he is, fine. I agree with you. But I think, and I texted you this, and it was after the scene where he goes to his family's grave, where I texted you, and I'm like, this character is fucking one note, but holy fuck, John Bernthal kills this and understands this character. This version of the character, we're going to be technical, but it's the same thing with Charlie Cox. It's the same thing with Vincent D'Onofrio. He has stewarded this character for 10 years, so... obviously when he's on screen, it fucking works. It pops. But everything else is just fluff.
Well, and let's not forget that every single adaptation in the MCU of any character is not exactly like
and that's
the
why I was
comic
messing with you
books.
because I'm like, Marvel does this all the
it's
time.
very true. But you know good for John Bernthal trying to give some depth to this character, I guess. But I'm also like, why? It's like Gambit and Channing Tatum. I'm like, really, Gambit, huh? That's the guy that was like, I want to make a movie about him. Really?
I love that he's still getting an actual shot at it now.
I know.
That's funny. No, thanks to Ryan Reynolds. So if it sucks, blame him.
But see, Ryan Reynolds was the one guy who was like, I really want to do a Deadpool movie. And it was like, okay, that's a cool character, and it makes sense for you because you're kind of like him. I mean, you talk like him.
It's perfect.
Right.
It
would have been like if Robert Downey Jr. was like, I want to make an Iron Man movie like since I was 20.
A lot of people are comparing it to when Thomas Jane did a fan film. It was like a proof of concept short, and it was this very similar premise. It was because you know why? Because Frank is fucking one note. I'm sorry. Look, if you are a legitimate Punisher fan, I am. Tyler and I will never yuck your yum, dude. Like, read whatever you want. Love
No. Yeah. This is
just us
my
personally.
opinion
This is why we
about
don't
the
like the
character.
character. Yes, and again,
How many crime families can you take
now,
out?
so
You're never going to kill another hero.
I
mean, you know, on and
Yeah.
on and on. Why it's kind of a useless
I
character.
appreciate that. And I'm kind of the same boat where it really doesn't need to exist because it's not continuing anything with Daredevil. It's not leading into anything with Spider-Man. It really does feel like a 50-minute commercial to be like, here's John Bernthal's, here's Frank Castle just murdering a bunch of fucking mobsters. And I look, there's something to be said about the violence in this.
Counterpoint, and in defense of your argument, we are always watching this shit for the setup, for the next thing, for the da-da-da,
Yeah,
for the
and
reboot,
it's a
for the
very
blah,
personal
for the thing.
story. It's very grounded, yes.
In defense of your argument that this is a good piece of art, which it's not terrible, I just don't happen to like it
This
that
wasn't
much.
for
It's
you,
not my
yeah.
bag. In counterpoint, why can't it just exist on its own as a thing? Why does it have to lead
Right,
in or
and we've
connect
had
to
that
anything?
conversation a lot on the show. Of like,
And who's the guy who's always going to the fucking movies and the
Yeah.
shows, watching for the
Yeah.
fucking cameos? It's me. I'm the
and
Easter egg.
honestly,
asshole.
I'm glad that there was no time. I'm glad there was
Look at
nothing
me.
else.
I'm the Easter egg asshole now.
And I go back to the thing of like, I don't hate this being like Disney's way of doing pilots of like, here, let's put up a 50-minute.
Sure.
Let's do a 50-minute Punisher one shot. Do you like it?
Sure.
Okay, we'll make a
Sure.
series or we'll make a But honestly, Punisher should, in my
I
opinion,
never watched the series.
I don't- and
the
honestly,
Netflix
I don't
series
even know if I
Punisher.
care
never
to.
did.
I don't know if I care to. I
Did
love
you?
No.
Oh.
I loved him in
See, I thought you did. And that's why
I
you
loved
liked it
him
so
in
much.
Daredevil.
Okay.
And I love what he did as that character. I never really watched the Netflix his own show. But I stand by my sentiment of, and I said this for a while, Punisher should not exist as a series. Punisher should just exist as a movie because that's it. And it should only be really one movie. Otherwise, it's just the same movie 2 or 3 other times. And you can try all you want to prove us differently, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's just Batman with guns and no ears.
And Hollywood studios would be fine churning out 2 or 3 of the same movie.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
I can't not give Barenthal his props though. He was fucking fantastic in this, and he is I think he's underrated. He is truly a very good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, you think he's a great actor?
I think people just, dude.
That's his move,
The
dude.
shot where they lit up when he goes on fire and runs out. You didn't think that was fun? You didn't think that was cool?
No, I didn't listen.
The action was great. Can you at least give it that? It was shot really well, except for that really bad shot where he's falling, when he jumps off the top of the building and lands on the air duct or whatever, and the CG was god awful.
I didn't really give a shit about that. No, I thought all the
It was cartoonishly violent at some points. Like, why are we stabbing this man 37 times with a pen?
yeah. I mean,
There was
yeah.
clearly they were trying to allude to that woman almost being sexually
Well, you know
assaulted
what-
before he slit his
you know what
throat in front of a
happens?
child. By the way,
You know what happens?
I'm just saying,
actually,
it's skirting the line.
What
man.
happens actually at the end of it made a lot of sense to me, and it was written by John Barenthal.
Yeah, he
and some
co-wrote
other
it.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you take a class, John?
Honestly, my biggest problem with it.
I'm not trying to school John Bernthal either. I like John.
I don't
Bernthal.
hate that because
it's just
Ryan
John
Reynolds.
Bernthal. You have one thing to do in every role that you play, and you're great
He's
at
great
it.
at it.
And every woman that I've talked to about you just wants to
Hey, he's hot, man.
ride your pony.
He was
I
shirtless
kinda
in this. Did you wince when he fucking cut his chest? I was like,
Anyway,
"Ah."
so we're gonna agree to disagree on the Punisher.
Can I also say?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty mixed about it too. But can I also say to this? I also think you're turned off by it a little bit, in the same reason why I'm probably the same reason I'm turned off a little bit by it. I like masculine things to a degree.
Sure.
And that's another problem I have with Punisher. He's just kind of a douchey, over masculine, and just shoots people. So I get those criticisms.
But sometimes he's a hero.
But I do applaud him for giving it some depth and having the PTSD and having that stuff. And I think we're gonna go more. I think we're going back to the more focused Frank now. But hey, dude, did you know? Despite the fact that this man has been, let's be honest, gratuitously killing them, because I feel like there's some situations where he could just cap some guy and be done with it, and then he stabs him 47 times with a pen. But that was my favorite thing of this, was like the big moment of him being a air quotes, putting the hero and anti-hero, is when he has a chance to go after Mama Ganoush. Is it
Manucci.
Manucci, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, in the comics, she doesn't have arms and legs.
Baba Ganoush.
Baba Ganoush. The Baba Yaga. And he's like, he's got to make a decision between that or this random fucking shop owner that we just met at this beginning of this, who's, again, the violence is almost comical at points where it's like, Little Italy is just a fucking war zone, man. Like, everybody's getting raped and murdered.
There's no connection to like the Kingpin shit which you could have fucking given me that.
I don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah,
you didn't give me anything about like where it is. I mean, the more you're talking about it, the more I hate it. I'm fucking serious. The more you keep talking about it, I was fine to be like, we'll agree to disagree. It is what it is. But the more you keep talking about it, the more you remind me of all the shit about it that I fucking hated.
If you view it as what it is,
I was like, this is stupid. If you
view it,
why are you still looking at her? Now they got him down on the ground. Are you going to wait until they actually kill him
cave his
to
skull
run that?
in?
Do you know how far away you are?
Why
You're
are
not
you
like
waiting?
5 feet away.
Why are you?
You're 25 feet
Even
away,
better.
dude.
Why are you staring at the gasoline? And then before that, man, you're taking an awful long time. That woman's probably going to get raped and murdered. Are you going to step in, Frank, at any point? And then he finally does. But it's just like, you know what I mean? I agree with you. There are some choices in this where I'm like, okay. Look, the setup is great. The idea is great. Again, would have benefited for 20 more minutes.
I really...
Because you know how you end it? He goes, finds her, puts a cap in her head, and we're done.
You know what? Skip all the fucking romance and fucking mental health bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm saying that because I'm a proponent of it, but I'm tired of... Most people that are out there going like, we need to talk about mental health have no business talking about mental health, so shut the fuck up. So, if you give me this, Frank wakes up one day and his phone rings.
And
it's her, and she says everything.
Same exact
and
setup.
You have fucking 24 hours to get out, and the door knocks. Somebody knocks on the door. And that is all it is. And at the end of the episode, he finds her and kills her.
Puts in one
That's
in her
the
head.
end. I love that shit.
Or if you want
I
to...
don't give a shit.
If you
we know his family's dead. We know he's sad about it.
Or you could also do the same thing where like she's still alive, but do it like the comics where she's got no arms, no legs. And they already kind of
whatever.
They already made her paralyzed in a way.
Look,
so
I'm just saying,
or not paralyzed, or
like
disabled.
Up to that point, I was like, what are we even doing here? And then I'm like, oh, cool.
I agree with you. That is what it should have been, and it would have been perfectly fine with me if it was
Escape
90
from the Block,
minutes,
starring the Punisher,
and then you have maybe him cutting back to the
if you want
his family.
Sure, whatever. But yeah, if
I'm with you, man. There is a certain point where you're like,
Come on, don't tell
it's
me.
like Batman and Crime Alley.
Don't fucking tell me that wouldn't have been a better show.
Oh, it
like,
would have been.
Ring. Oh, Frank, this is my new.
Let me tell you something, Ma. You won't find me.
Also, who the fuck is trying to do sit-ups or pull-ups?
They're bleeding?
That's not safe.
Sometimes, yeah.
And then puke. I'm serious. Am I
I'm
wrong?
gonna take some
Though?
antidepressants.
Phone rings. Frank wakes up. You have 24
like
hours to
Crank.
get out. Boom.
Remember the movie?
90 minutes of just John Wick style starring the Punisher violence.
Do you remember that? Jason,
And then he kills Manucci at the end.
do you remember
Fuck everything else.
Do you remember that Jason Statham movie where he had to keep his adrenaline Crank? We had
Yeah,
to keep
there was two of them.
Yeah, I know. They're both ridiculous and amazing. But
Yeah, but fun.
yeah, they're
So much fun.
and like
so stupid.
yeah, I have both of them on Blu-ray.
Listen, I like
Dude,
stupid
do
things.
that. That's what I'm saying. Do it at that pace where he's just running for his life.
Yeah.
Which is what they did, and that's what I'm saying. Because when the action hits in this, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go, blah 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 blah. And I'm
I
like,
felt like it was rushed. Like, let's get this out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let's not. Let's anyway.
could have let it.
So no on me. No, I don't like it.
No, and I agree. This would have benefited from being just a Disney Plus movie, and another 20 minutes, and go with that premise that you said, and you could still work in all the
Absolutely. You
stuff
can-
that you had earlier in this
You
too.
could break up the action or the act.
He's hiding out in a
You
fucking.
can break up Act 1 and 2 and 3
Tyler,
by having moments
Tyler,
of like, oh,
He has that. The montage of him with his, which I did actually like, with him and his brothers in arms and all that stuff. He could have had that like out in the wilderness, drunk off his ass, or like like just drinking because he's just been hiding out.
I'm so tired of talking about this.
I hate that we.
How long have we talked
no,
about?
no,
How fucking long have we
Not
talked
enough.
about
Who
this?
cares?
One shot.
Who cares?
How long?
Not enough. But because I want to end it on this. It's frustrating. Here's how I want to end it.
One more.
Will you shut up and let me finish? You're the one prolonging it. I was just saying, I hate that we came up with a better idea just now talking about it than what we actually fucking got. Because at the end of the day,
Still waiting for the call, Feige. No shit, dude. If anybody knows or can get if anybody knows or can get this to Kevin Feige, what you need to understand is that you have nobody who is just a comic book fan on your staff. You have nobody to turn to and go, what do you guys think? You actually buy the fucking comic books every week and read them. What do you guys think? You have a bunch of fucking comic book writers and maybe comic book artists and directors and actors and writers.
also
and
pay the
movie
comic book writers, ass.
Yeah, fuckface. Anyway, make it not so hard for people to have comic book shops, you fucks. Anyway, but you don't have anybody like that on your staff. You know how much better Disney and Disney Marvel and Disney Star Wars, talking to you Star Wars motherfuckers, you know how much better you guys would be if you had just a couple of dudes who were like, what do you guys think? And you don't have to listen to us, but we could be a good sounding board for you to get it fucking
Consultant.
right. I would take...
I mean, we come into Feige and we're like,
And
you
you know
fucked
what?
it up. And then
And
Feige
you know what?
goes,
What the fuck did I do wrong?
And you know what? We would be the cheapest ones on your staff because I would do it for $100,000 a year.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Seriously, it's more money I've ever made. Fuck, whatever.
I agree. Because you know what? We would be the cheapest because that is probably, yeah.
All right, next thing. God damn it. Fuck you, Punisher.
The Boys. Oi. Oi, cunt. Let's talk about The Boys,
Yeah.
Season 5. We're going to be talking about Episode 6. I hate this so much. 6 and 7.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is or why we should.
children.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
You fuck.
I'm an idiot.
You butthole.
You know what? You're
You're a fucking choir boy compared to me.
You're a
a
butthole.
choir boy.
Surfer.
Oh, yeah, well.
Can you be cold, Batman?
It doesn't work, but I just like it.
You need to get
Here we go. Tell me
you need to get a couple. You need to get a couple of drops from.
Oh, yeah, right.
You need to get a couple of drops from Kindergarten Cop.
It's not the tumor.
No. There's a bunch.
Who is
more
your
that are
daddy
better.
and what does he do? I think it's one of them. Isn't that the movie?
No, how about they're horrible.
It's just a headache. Anyway.
Or I like you, Cindy. I'm going to spend all my time with you.
You know how much you got for that movie?
$1 million, bitch.
I'm just kidding. I made that up.
He was Chop Gross
All right,
guy in 1986.
Episode 6. We'll kind of. I want to. Overall, I want to just say, give it up for Paul Reiser. He was great in that episode. I think my favorite part of that episode.
Big shout out, and I can't believe I forgot to bring it with me to show you, but big shout out to my friend Gabby, who bought a signed and numbered, signed by Derek Robertson, numbered slipcover and everything, hardcover, Ultimate Edition, number 2, Boys of the Boys. And gave that to me while I was in Denmark. That was really fucking cool. I haven't started getting into it yet. It's a heavy book. It's a Bible. But I want to.
And I have a feeling you're not gonna like it as much as the show.
I will say that I flipped through I've kind of flipped through the entire book, not the entire one, but just kind of get a view of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that I am aware that I need to be prepared to. I know that I can't go into this book going, oh, this is how this is the comic book adaptation that I'm watching, because I already know like Butcher doesn't look the same at all. Huey looks like fucking what's his name, Simon Pegg.
Yeah, it's intentional,
and he's
he
also
like
English.
That. Yeah. Oh, and the boys themselves take V in the book. That's how they fight him physically, like they actually get into fisticuffs with Soups because they take Compound V themselves. Which I understand why they didn't do it in the show, because it makes it more dramatic if they don't have superpowers fighting them. Speaking of, but yeah, Paul Reiser, and I want to specifically call out his scene with Homelander, because like we all love Paul Reiser's comedic timing and the way he can deliver witty dialogue, but that moment of him giving some humanity to Homelander, where it saves his life, was just great. Like, it's so good where he's like, "You don't fear me because your heart's not beating like crazy." And he's like, "No, I pity you."
No, he said, "I feel for you."
I feel for you. Yeah. And he's like, and he just like the fact that he like pats him on the shoulder and actually talks to him like a human instead of this being afraid of him as this evil shithead. And
even because he is. No,
I know. That's the first time someone's ever treated him like a human. And the legend, which is his character's name. The only reason he did that was to save his own ass, so he could fucking run out of there. Because notice when he says "go," don't talk, just go. Yep. He runs.
We're done. So first thing I want to do is
We can start at the end if you want.
No. I want to get into like first of all, I love where the Deep's story is going.
Yeah, because he deserves all this shit.
Oh yeah, but how the fuck are you Black Noir? I know you're just cosplaying because you're an actor or whatever, but how are you gonna say that shit to him and then turn your back to him in a chair?
Also, you could fly. Why didn't you fly out of there? That was one I was like, that's a little weird, but I get it. They're trying to take him off the board.
Episode 7, really, the Deep. What happens to the Deep in episode 7
so good.
Is so good, where they're like, "Go save him!" And then Samuel L.
Jackson is Xavier. Isn't it Xavier?
I don't know.
No, it's Xander. He calls him Xander.
He throws the can in, and he comes up. He's like, "Hey, man, come on, get the can.
Come on, get the can. You don't want a guppy. Get in there.
Like, come on, get in the can. Get in the can, motherfucker. God, get the can.
You're fucking dead. Yeah. You step pinky toe, or you step your toe in the water. You're fucking dead."
Oh, so good.
Which is amazing because he's a sea-based hero, and it's like, and I love it because
Vegas doesn't work. They're landlocked, okay?
Because I love what this season has been able to do and be like, this is what happens when you tie yourself to an egomaniac.
Fuck another man in the ass.
Yeah.
Comrade, you are.
But yeah, no, this like with everybody in the 7 is dying because of their allegiance to this man, and so much so that you can't even go in the water deep.
Yeah.
Because you gave up everything for him, and guess what?
Jeremy, we know, Kevin. We know. Such a Billy Mouth, Billy Mouth Billy Bass.
Like a animatronic. Yeah.
No. So okay. So obviously,
Yeah.
We see the dynamic of Homelander and Soldier Boy change, and then change again. I'm doing it as a whole. Fuck it.
No, yeah, let's talk about both episodes.
It's both episodes. Change and then change again, because clearly, like throughout the first part, Soldier Boy's like, "Fuck you! You don't deserve to live forever." Da da da.
I almost killed. We fought the last time, and also, why did you freeze me in this room? Like, yeah.
And then he fucking does a complete 180, much to the consternation of Sage, which we'll get into her.
Okay, so
And gives it to him because it's what Clara would have wanted. In episode 7, he's like, "Look, man, okay. You took it and everything, but you know what? I just don't like you. I just need to get away."
So I want to get into this. Yeah. Because the episode before that, he could have killed him and he saves him. So yeah, I think what the problem is, Soldier Boy can't admit it, but he does develop a fondness for him because he's starting to look at it as like, okay, he's a fucking weirdo, but he's still my son. So I guess, but, and you see, I think that was kind of what they were doing in episode 6, even though in both episodes he says, "I did it for her. I didn't do it because I love you," kind of thing. But deep down, I think
you hated me. I love her more.
But deep down, I think that it is because it is his son. And there is a little bit of that love for him. Even though he still thinks he's fucking a maniac. And God dang it, the performances in this season, like when those two having their back and forth, and he goes, "You're not a fucking god. You're not God." And he goes, "I am God." Like that.
Yeah.
Like a child.
Yep.
Like a baby.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. He's, "I am God." He even says it like that. And that whole back and forth. And then the fact that he puts him in a chokehold and frees him and he goes, "I love you." Because he just so desperately wants someone to love him. But it's like, nobody wants to love you because you kill everybody. You bastard. And like, I don't know. I feel like the show does a really good job of being like, you can kind of level with him on some aspects of how he was treated and raised, because fuck Vought, they're evil. But that doesn't give him a right to commit genocide. And call himself God.
Let's give a hats off to the actress who plays Ashley.
Oh yeah, she's great in this episode.
The
beginning of episode 7.
The whole scene where she has to act like, first of all, she has to basically walk backwards while pretending to be unconscious in the front, right?
So
this
weird head or something on the back of her head.
Yeah, some sort of, probably like a green
Like a
screen
prop,
or something. Like a green whatever, but that was just really fun. Sage, I like how Sage decided to just say fuck it, the world's ending for a little bit. And just is lobotomizing herself and pissing
she's
herself.
guilty because she's like, "I fucked
and
this all up."
watching Taco Bell or eating Taco Bell and watching crap television. And
Can I say something about Sage too?
yeah.
Everybody was so mad about the end of episode 6, and they blame her for this because she was clearly setting up the confrontation between Soldier Boy and Homelander, expecting them to fight because you can read patterns. They don't like each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
People getting upset about her not thinking that Soldier Boy would give the V1 to Homelander. I'm like, you're eliminating the human element. I understand this is fiction, but that's the point. They're trying to get across that despite everything else, Soldier Boy made an illogical choice based on love. Mm-hmm. And that's been the theme.
And he's paying for it.
Yes. And that's what the whole point of Kamiko's arc with Frenchie is. And that's where they tie it back into this. Like, I think there's there can be criticisms made about the pacing of this final season. At times, I felt like this feels like any other season of The Boys. This doesn't feel like the end. I feel like it has happened a few times.
Yeah, but
this is no different than the rest of the show. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, I haven't. If I have any criticism of the show, it's, hey, let's fucking shoehorn the Gen V kids in.
Well, that and all that stuff was
Everything else is
so much of Soldier
pretty
Boy's
fucking great so
but
far.
so much of Soldier Boy's storyline does feel like okay, they're clearly trying to promote their other show that's going to be the Vought Rising prequel. That's
I just love having Soldier Boy because he's a great character.
Jensen Ackles is great, and I love him in that role, and that's why I'm not as upset about it. But I do, I do think this episode in particular, I felt like there were some pacing issues because I'm like, this is the second to last episode. But they, in a way, it does execute properly because it puts all the chess pieces in one place.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
Because they got Huey and Butcher are they were captured at the studio, and MM and Starlight are also there, and they're meeting up. So like the pieces are in place. I think we might see a little bit of a rapid like montage of Homelander taking over everything,
Probably.
and then we're gonna be like, okay, what are we gonna? What did you think about the whole Kamiko trying to turn her into Soldier Boy's like give as Butcher would call it, give her the little titty blast?
I don't know if
Tit blast.
I don't know if he was true, if it was true or not when he told
that it
Homelander
worked?
that they worked. But plot hole. Look, to be fair, this whole series is one big plot hole in the fact that these humans have been able to avoid death when everybody else is dying around them, superheroes even, throughout 5 years. Let's be honest about that. But it's fun. So let's hide behind Zinc. He can't see through that. Yeah, he's got ears. He's going to know that there's 3 other people in this place.
Also, he's gonna be like, I bet they're hiding in the thing that I can't see through.
Also, if you're...
that scene was cool.
To
When
be
he taps
honest,
on the-
are you more? I was thinking about this. I think it would have been a lot more. I don't know. I don't think what Homelander did to Frenchie is in keeping with Homelander's character. Of what did he do? Just like stick a hole in his side? I mean, he didn't like rip him in half or anything.
I think he gutted him, but
I don't know, but
well, the way that he was laying there and bleeding, it looked like he gutted him or something, or stabbed him in the punched him in the gut, like punched. You know what I mean? Like punched a hole in his gut or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But I see what you're saying.
But other than
no,
that,
I see what you're saying. But I think he did that to make an example out of him. Just be like, I'm gonna kill you guys. Like,
yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, then do it. You've been blue. There's even a part in this episode where that fucking psychic guy has them dead to rights, and I think this was a joke, but I think it was part of the narrative. But I also think it's kind of funny that he's just like, no, not until because I don't think Homelander wants to kill Butcher yet. No. I think he wants to have that confrontation because if you watch any scene that they've had together by himself, Homelander loves Butcher because he has this thought of, man, you hate me this much that you're going to keep doing that. Like when he sees him in this season, he goes, you got a viper's nest in there. And he goes, it's for me? Like he's like likes it. So that's like, he's like, I want my Batman Joker moment. But at that point, I'm like, just fucking kill him. I want to say to that, the Kessler part, the little cameo there of when the psychic turns into, that was good. I love that. Because that was that moment of like, Huey, you're going to have to fucking get out of his way. Because he will not stop. And I think it's setting that up where I think Huey's going to kill Butcher. I think everybody's going to fucking die, just like the comics, except for Huey and Starlight. And I could be wrong, but the way that they're setting, like the whole, like, I think they're setting something like that up because Frenchie had his big monologue and gets killed. MM had a big monologue. I could see him going next. Because he's the one being like, and by the way, the guy who plays him, Laz something, I can't remember. He's great. That scene was awesome. Because that fucking hits when he's just like, yeah, when nobody else giving a shit, when nobody else gives a shit, that's real strength.
Yeah. Probably could have done without the cat and the dog.
Why are we... Okay. I have a friend that I work with that watches it, and they're like, it was like, okay. second to last episode, and we're spending like 90 seconds on this ass sniffing joke.
Yeah, and also, how the fuck are they not smelling you? They're both animal based. Animals that are really good with their smell.
Is that because they're going to say the rat was there that threw off the scent? Is that your argument? Either way, I get what you mean. Because you could have cut that whole sequence. You could have cut a good 30 seconds off that and moved it along. I want to give a shout out to...
You also could have saved a lot of time and everything by just making the psychics blow all the people's heads off in that room instead of locking the door and making the dog and the cat tear them to... What is that?
That's another thing, too.
Right?
Why didn't we just make their heads blow up?
Right? Hello?
I get with you.
Anyway.
I
still love it. I still love the episode.
I want to give a shout out to David Diggs, who plays O-Father. He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my wife about this. I'm like, the funny thing about it is because
it's too bad he's only been in this season.
Episode 7 starts with him doing a musical number, and he's probably most famous for being in Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm just thinking like, of course they're like, look, we got David Diggs. We got to make him fucking sing and dance. He's really good at it. And it works, man. That opening number, I'm like, all right, let's wait. Shit. Nope. No.
Because you know what?
Because I start getting the context of it.
Next week, you'll see Trump doing that.
Yeah, I know. Did you see the golden statue?
Nope. Yep. Nope.
And then
nope.
No, but time out.
I did, but no.
I'm not getting into that. Stop. Let me fucking finish. Jesus.
All right.
What I was gonna say is Kripke commented on it. He goes, "What the fuck?" Because everything he's doing is coming true.
So hey, why don't you make a show about universal healthcare, asshole?
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
Fuck.
But that sequence is. I wanted to mention that. That the dance number is great, but just his monologue the episode 6, where he gives his reasoning for being with him. He's like, "Well, at least I can talk to this God," and he answers me, and it's like. I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, but that's not what's happening in our real world.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then in this episode, when he says give him the VIP experience to kill him, and he's on the phone, he's like, let me convert them. Because he actually has a moment of like, no, and the phone's already dead. Because at this point, he's already popped the president's head, so he clearly doesn't give a shit. Just kill him. Why not? We don't have a place for non-believers. Which is also the fucking Jesus commercial was fantastic. Especially because they didn't have the effects.
Yeah.
It was like raw footage.
Yeah.
Visual effect shot.
I can't handle it anymore. We need one. We need somebody.
This is a super rough proof of concept.
Yeah, that was just classic.
Hey, I can't do it.
Remove wires and Jesus.
I'm not ready, or I'm not worthy. Neither was I.
Then I accept.
So good.
Dude, wait for it. In a couple weeks, you'll have a fucking GOP
Can we please get Anthony Starr a fucking Emmy for this?
Mm-hmm.
The guy has been insanely good.
Yeah.
For 5 fucking seasons.
But I give both. Again, I don't understand the criticism. I mean, I do. Obviously, we just had some criticisms.
I do think there are some pacing issues, for sure.
Overall, I'm very pleased with the 5th season.
I've been enjoying it, too.
Yeah, I'm very pleased because I know it's going to be over. And I know that sounds bad, but season 4, I think, suffered because you knew
another one,
you knew season 5 was going to be the last one. So what is happening in season 4? You're like, okay, well, we got to have some stuff left over for season 5. So you weren't expecting as much.
Yeah. I just wish they would have done...
But I still enjoyed the show.
I wish they would have done more with the Gen V kids. Like, you made them such a big deal on that show, and then you just shoehorn them into the finale.
And again, the second season was so worthless. Second season was so boring.
We both liked that season.
No, I'm saying it was predictable.
Because you knew it was going to funnel into...
Well, also the fact that every problem that started at the beginning of season 2 was resolved by the end of season 2.
Yeah.
So we just watched a whole season to see...
Well, then they can't be... I don't think they were... Because I heard that Kripke had plans for season 3, but I don't think it was confirmed. And then they canceled it already after announcing...
Could have been something...
Already after announcing the Vought Rising shit. Also, do you think Soldier... Real quick, before we move on to the books, let's get our finale predictions. I just really quick want to do that. Who do you think? Do you think... There's a lot of people thinking that Homelander's going to win. and Homelander ends up being the winner of this by the end of the episode. Because a lot of the cast members are saying like, the people's reactions are gonna be like, "What? Like, damn." And I'm like, does that mean Homelander wins? Does the world end? But I don't know.
I have no fucking clue. I think
Deep's gonna get eaten by the shark.
a level of this,
I feel like.
a level of a show of the level of this magnitude where the consequences and the stakes are so high. I'm trying to think of a comparable one where, because I don't think it's been done before, where the big bad wins ultimately. I think in every like Harry Potter, eventually, eventually the good guys win.
I don't think Homelander's gonna win. I'm wondering, do you think Soldier Boy sacrifices himself to kill Homelander? Like they both die or something like that. Because I know that he put him back in that cryo chamber, but I'm like, you're gonna tell me you brought Soldier Boy back to not have him do something?
I think low key, fucking Ashley is gonna be
the secret hero?
unexpected hero. Yes.
Yeah.
I think her and Bashley are gonna somehow figure out. I don't know, something. I don't know.
And we also don't know if Kimiko has the ability or not. If she can actually do it.
We do know that Karen Fukuhara is still incredibly hot.
I will say, fuck the IDF actor that plays Frenchie. No, fuck that guy for real. But his, I
cried.
No, I loved his line when he flips the switch and he's like him being like, "I'll take the radiation and
never danced a day in your life.
I bet you never danced a day in your life.
Also, you Nazi puton.
Yeah. So suck it.
Yeah.
When
he went off. Yeah.
Yeah. When because he's literally just irradiating himself. He's like, I know I'm gonna die, so like I'll just might as well get a little. That was him being like, "Fuck you, I'll hold you off for a little bit to just talk shit, because I know you're gonna kill me." And I think to wrap all that up with Homelander, like I said, I think he did do that to make an example of like, I'm gonna just gut all of you and I want you to say your goodbyes. I want you to cry.
Yeah, maybe.
So you can realize what you're dealing with. Maybe. I am a god. It's probably my favorite. It's like, you little bitch.
Okay.
My favorite bit of that was like, would it help if I said it's not you, it's me?
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Supernatural. It was a Supernatural Easter egg there too. The last show that Kripke and Ackles worked on, he goes fixing up the Impala. That was his car in that show. It's a fun little IMDb Easter egg for you.
Wow.
I didn't even watch that fucking show, but
I never did either.
YouTube and TikTok really keeps trying to get me to watch it because they keep pumping them to me.
Apparently, it went on for 17 fucking seasons.
20.
Or something.
15 seasons.
Long fucking time. And
Kripke only did 5 seasons.
Every girl that I know has seen it and totally wants to do the Windsor Boys. Is it Windsor? Winchester.
Oh.
Whatever.
It's Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
Well, what's his name is in it too? Misha, the guy who was in season or episode 5.
Also, you see, there are a lot of people that were in a lot of actors that were in Supernatural are in The Boys, and it's like, yeah, it's almost like you work with the people you like. Silly concept. All right.
I would always want to work with Jensen Ackles.
He's a handsome man, and he's got a deep voice.
I just want to spend some time with him and wrap my arm around
his voice, Batman.
Wrap myself around his arms.
Tell me that he wants
to be naked with him.
Why is it shaved down there? What's the point of going down there if you don't got any fur? One of the funniest fucking lines. What he called it? That was probably my favorite joke of that was when he was like, you do a lot about gay sex. Like, what did he say? Like gay butt sex?
I was balls deep in this one girl while Marlon Brando was balls deep in me somehow.
I'm going to pound that face into yours. The queen sat on this face. It's a goddamn national treasure. That's the worst part. His Soldier Boy's a shithead. But, he's played well.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Seinfeld again.
Oh.
No, we don't.
That's what Doom thought at the beginning of this book. Doom 2099, The Rage of Doom. It's a one-shot, I'm assuming. Written by Guy Fieri. No, I'm kidding. Frank Tieri and Von Randal as the artist. So it's in a universe where Doom
he
casts
wins.
this big spell and just completely kills everything.
Yeah. So for all this time,
He's been going back and he's using his like time platform
yeah,
to go back in time to bring people back to 2099. He's trying to rebuild 2099 because he blew it all up.
Yep.
That's
trying to rebuild his
the
time
basic
thing.
premise. But while scavenging, he finds his way out. He finds the head of Ultron. So he's going to use the massive AI brain of Ultron to fuel his time machine. Am I right? That's what's happening? That's what I think was happening.
Yeah.
And Ultron wakes up and says, why would I fucking help Doom, dude? And so they have their whole fight.
Well, no, the Doombots take him to rest.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And then you were correct, Master. A reckoning has arrived. Yours. And the Ultron bot had freed all of the Doombots.
Oh, yeah. All the Doombots are not under his control.
So he destroys everybody. And but he ends. So Ultron just turns into this giant Doombot. And he's like, I'm going to take you out, motherfucker. And Doom's like, well, my only saving grace is Ultron's arrogance. He's made a tactical error by making me this close to the platform, so he jumps into the time platform, and then Ultron destroys it.
Yeah.
You'll be trapped in the time stream forever.
So now...
So now that timeline is ruled by an Ultron, which there's nothing there anyway, so...
Yeah.
What does he say? He says, oh, there's no... It's amusing. In a way, we both achieved what we wanted. In this new form, I will rule this lifeless world in your absence while you fulfill your desire to go back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a one-shot that really doesn't have anything to do with anything, I like it.
I mean...
The art's cool.
It's okay. The end for now. I remember reading this, flipping through. I didn't know it was a one-shot.
Oh, I did.
So
pretty sure.
that's let me put that expectation on a little bit. So that's why I was like, what was
I was pretty sure it was a one shot.
Because by the time I was done with it, I was like, wow, what a waste of my time. Because I was like, where's this going? Here's my issue with it.
With the issue?
With the issue. Is this supposed to be about Doom Quest? Is he supposed to do something with that?
Here's the thing: is I there's another book that it was the Will of Doom and also the Dungeons of Doom.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot that they're setting up for like a couple years in the future. Anyway,
well, it's because they're trying. Because guess what? In case you forgot, there's this massive movie coming out later this year that has Doctor Doom in it.
If we're still alive,
so we need to Doctor Doom it up.
If we're still alive,
not killed by Iran.
No, I'm just
saying.
AI data centers have now been classified as war infrastructure, meaning they don't have to ask you anymore.
Cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cool world we're living in. So
I give it an A+.
Really?
I
gave it like a B.
B-.
Oh, okay. Stick to your guns. It's okay. I do love the idea of Doctor Doom. Just chill the fuck out.
Well, just put it back in the.
Let me just sit here for a second. Why you gotta distract me?
No, I was gonna.
No, I know. I was putting the book.
I was gonna put that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really much substance for me, and I like both characters. I like Doom. I like the idea that it's an Ultron that he's fighting.
If you don't,
but it's kind of
totally
whatever.
Get it's not a necessary book to read, but I liked it. Who did the cover here?
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Write a book about what you don't have a penis. What?
If you're a robot.
I don't know what's
because
going
you're Ultron.
I love the fucking cover.
It's great.
You should always make Hellcat with just a great dress and just big old jugs.
Oh, there it is. I was like,
what?
He's gonna say something about jugs.
Look at him.
Look at these bodacious tits.
She's got this great dress on and her superhero mask. Hot. It's hot.
Hot.
Touchy.
Anyway, so yeah, Wonder Man #2, written by Gerry Duggan and drawn by Stefano Raffaele. So we're picking up from issue 1, where Wonder Man had his car stolen and there's a dead woman in it. And he's with Hellcat, and they're in L.A. Also, I love the fact that we meet her like whipping some plants. She's like, "Does no one garden in L.A.?"
So she's like, "What's going on?" And so he tells the story of the Lady Fortuna, and how he's an idiot because he was like, "How about a little of both? Can I have good and bad, hot and cold? That's life." And then she's like, I was going to bestow my bounty on you, but that'll be more interesting." And he's like, "Can I actually?" And she's like, "That's the stupidest story I've ever heard." And he said, "Well, if it might be if somebody hadn't made an android based on my brain pattern, and then I had to watch as that android married the woman I loved."
I love that. That was so funny.
She's like, "Touche."
Dude. Okay. And we also find out that his brother's Grim Reaper, right? And or Death, whatever you want to call him.
It's Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
His scene is hilarious. I legitimately laughed when he's talking to his therapist.
I'm worried that medicine might make me weird.
And she just, no words. It's a close-up panel on his doctor just staring at you.
Week, let's work on our breathing.
Like the fact that she just stares at the reader like, this fucking guy.
So they're eating at Street Meat, and the guy comes over, and these two they start getting into a fight with these guys over the corner that they're supposed to be, because they think they're cosplaying. They're these two furries. And then they show the Spot at the bar with no name, and he runs on
Spot,
his tab. Yeah.
And he's like, that guy.
Yeah.
He's
and then Wonder Man and Kilowatt are talking, and we see Simon and Randolph, his buddy Randolph, talking to the lawyers about what do we want to do here. So he's up with Kilowatt doing a scene, and I don't even have to do. Look, we're midair. This looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
So he's got
a selfie stick with him and Kilowatt.
This is great. Every other actor submitting is recording from their closet.
I'll do it in the air. Yeah.
So then he goes and I'm sorry, your clothes, your flowers. Were you under the impression I asked you on a date? No. I stopped and helped someone, and they gave me these
some flowers. But here you go.
But so they go to meet the assassin who tried to whack Randolph, and while they're outside of the jail cell, Spot just reaches in and starts choking him.
The guy. Yeah.
And he gets whipped he gets accidentally whipped in the nuts.
In the nuts. Oh, that not everything. Yeah, what is not everything's ionic?
Yeah. And there's all these holes, and they keep trying to get at him, but it's a pretty
creating spots.
It's a pretty excellent action.
And then he ends up
sequence,
just snapping the dude's
neck. So then this is a crime scene, and he takes off.
They're trying to take Wonder Man into custody, and he's like, "I didn't fucking do this. I told you it was the Spot. Hellcat was, she's a witness. Mm-hmm. She'll tell you the same thing. I'm not staying here for this, pretty much."
So then he's got to what's going on?
I don't know.
So then he's got to save somebody else from the Spot.
Oh, hey, I enjoyed it. It's very similar to the show.
I think it's a 5-issue series, so I'm good with that.
What I love about it was what it does with the show, where it has the elements of the fantastical, and it keeps with it, being Wonder Man, being this weird thing, but also doing what Duggan does best, where he understands the Marvel canon and kind of has fun with it, and again, the whole thing about him making the whole Vision Wanda joke, is such a good example of that. Well, that's really dumb. Well, he's like, hey, man, you're in the Marvel Universe. You're filled with dumb origins.
Gerry Duggan, I haven't read much Wonder Man stuff. He had a series in the 90s, and then most of what I know is from West Coast Avengers, which I read a lot. And let's be honest, the character is kind of dumb, and I like how he's being written here, which is he knows that he's got limitations, but he's going to just try to be, when he shows up with flowers and shit, and he's like, no, I totally thought this was a date.
Yeah.
But he's a goof, but he knows he's a goof.
And again,
it's the best thing I can say about
sometimes you got to love company synergy, and sometimes it works with, you had a pretty solid Disney Plus show, and then you have a pretty solid Wonder Man comic. And again, when I say that it
what happens in this?
No. We'll get don't even
Is that
touch.
the free comic book
Yeah,
day?
don't even touch it.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought I had
before we-
already bought number. Okay, good,
Yeah,
good. Okay, got it.
Before we get to that, that's why I told you I was like, don't worry about it. It's all a prelude to shit.
I thought that we had. Okay, good. It's on my pull list, so. So when it comes out, we can watch. I have to at least get the first
We
one.
got to talk about it. We got to do it. But what I mean is very similar to the show where, again, it's, yes, there's some fantastical elements, but it's very much a character-driven
It's
story.
grounded.
Very much character-driven. And I like that. I give it an A.
I give it an A too.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Yeah. Let's talk
Alright,
about a
so
book that
this
you
is
don't
a
know.
Free Comic Book Day comic. It is Avengers Armageddon, The Long View.
I have not read.
Written by Chip Zdarsky, drawn by Frank
I have not been reading Captain America or Wolverine.
Alpizar
Armageddon.
and Delio Diaz. Yeah. So there's really not much to talk about with this. So this whole thing is, it starts with Thunderbolt Ross tearing shit up and being a dick as he does, being Red Hulk. And he's fighting Tony, and Tony's telling you can't win, you won't win. And then Captain Marvel shows up and hits him, and then you just
Well,
see
no, he kills Tony Stark.
he kills Tony Stark, and then Captain Marvel comes in
You
and
monster!
blows him up, and then you just see a blue reset button. Then we go to a different scenario, and this time it's Reed Richards coming in to stop him, and it's a boom. He kills Reed, and it's reset. Then the President Thunderbolt Ross gives his kind of thing of like, yeah, it's going to be a long road, but this is how we lead to everybody having democracy and democracy across the world, blah, blah, blah. And then forward is what he sends. And then probably the best part of the book is when we cut to the Red Tower where Red Hulk is running everything. And then he runs into Captain America, which is actually a pretty cool design, where it's basically like the scale armor is a tank top, and he's got long hair and a beard. And this is where we're in reality. So it isn't... And this is where we also notice something about Red Hulk. So he's coming in to talk to Steve, and Steve pretty much says, like, I'm not going to break, so you got nothing, get the fuck out of here, leave me alone kind of conversation. I love Red Hulk's design with that big Eggman-style mustache. But he's clearly old, Cap's old, and then they have their little argument, and that's pretty much it. They kind of it literally exists to lay the foundation for Avengers Armageddon.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to talk about this book in particular, you motherfuckers are out of ideas. I'm serious. You want to know how I know that you guys are out of ideas? You just came out of this big event, this big company arc, One World Under Doom. You even did it again with the X-Men, with Age of Revelation.
Yep.
And they reference it in the X-Men portion of this book, because there's also an X-Men companion issue thing. Red Hulk's big scheme is the same fucking scheme as Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom made this whole... The only difference is Hulk is saying it's democracy.
Yeah, and it's not
Planet
magic. It's not
democracy.
magic-based.
Planet America. Planet democracy. And I'm like...
So like Planet Doom?
This is... Like, it's literally the same thing as One World Under Doom. Do you guys have no idea? Maybe, just maybe... Here's a thought. Look, I get it. Marvel, DC, you guys have been around for almost 100 years in publishing. I get it. But... Hey guys, stop doing this shit. Just stop and let these guys write the stories they want to write and stop pigeonholing them into the same fucking idea over and over and over again, dude. That's what I'm pissed about. I don't give a fuck about the book itself. It's fucking whatever. It's paperweight. It's free. But like that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I was reading it. I'm like, are you fucking joking? So... And then I started to think, man, maybe this is like real life, because none of these characters learn a goddamn thing about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
About how to, police the world.
And it's like, I don't know, man. I just that just made me, and I had to stress this enough. When I go off on this, whenever we get mad about this, it's more so me attacking the publisher than it is the artist.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what? Chip Zdarsky's got to feed his family. He's got to do his thing. He's a good writer. Almost any book I'm like, these are good, talented artists and writers, and you're putting him in these fucking stupid ass events. And I get it. Like, I don't. And another thing, another reason I'm pissed, I don't like shitting on comics. I don't like talking shit about the thing that I like. And I say it because I want it to be better.
Yeah.
Because I've read the indies and I've read like what Image does and these other. I know how good this shit can be if you actually let them do their thing.
God, the way you're describing the big two, and how they do their comic books, and how like independent comic books do, it's almost like you're describing how I felt when I lived in America all my life, and then I woke up 4 days in Denmark. I was like, wow, back home is the way it is because it's on purpose.
Doesn't have to be this way?
Yeah, no, it does because it's on purpose back there. It doesn't have to be that way. That's why we know it's done on purpose. And fuck that shit.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Now we're going to talk about a book we liked, I'm sure. Absolute Superman, number 19 by
I fucking hated it.
by Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval. So he's got a fun name to say. I'll get it out of the gate. Fucking awesome. I loved this. Also, does Jason Aaron just have a thing against capes in this universe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, how do you feel about it? Because essentially, yeah, it picks up. First off, we get backstory on John Henry Steele. We find out that he's got a hammer because he worked in a butcher house. But the reason he's got an axe to grind with the Peacemakers is because he created the first Peacemaker helmet.
That got stolen from him by Lazarus.
Yeah, and that's why he's pissed.
When he was a fucking kid.
When he was like 9 years old, I think. And now he's John Henry Irons. And I am the American Dream. As he's butchering a cow. So then, yeah, we cut back to LexCorp, or Lazarus Corp, where King Shazam is awoken. And we begin that fight. And
I think we start seeing that Teth Adam, he wants to do what should be done with the world, which is return all of the power to the people. And everybody, he was in power for 8 days. Because they overthrew him.
Yeah, I want to get to that. Yeah. So, first off, the first thing he just says, how long?
Yeah.
It's super small text. How long? And then, how long was I left for dead? And everybody's like, what the fuck? So he's just screaming because he's like, what's that noise? Why is the world so damn loud? Yeah. And he's like, because he's never experienced cars. He's never experienced internet, air conditioning, and all the weird sounds you hear every day. And this is one of my favorite parts of the book. He's like, I understand what you're feeling. Believe me, you're confused. Your senses are overwhelmed. I can help you. I promise, is what Superman is saying. He's like, you just need to calm. And this is great because it's the perspective of Superman's mind and muscles operate at a speed far beyond the limits of what was long believed possible. And I am fairly certain he never even saw the punch. Hits him. And the next page, it says seconds later, 1,100 miles away, somewhere in Wyoming. Like, he just fucking punches him across state lines so hard. And then, yeah, we kind of get the whole thing where it's Steel is trying to kill Roz. Roz is trying to get Talia and everybody out because he's like, we got to get rid of King Shazam. So they're having their whole thing. What was it? I was trying to see where he says, where he says, I am Ra's al Ghul, lord of this house. It was under my orders that you were kept here.
He steps up to try and
if you should be angry with anyone, Teth Adam, it's me. Please let my daughter go.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah, man, you fucking locked me up in here. You don't get that. So he immediately kills him. And this is what I fucking love, man. With what Aaron is getting with his character.
Sorry, I'm just eating chips in the microphone.
In this series now, is after Adam after King Shazam kills Ra's, Superman bursts in. Is like, "What are you doing? You're undoing all of my work."
Yeah,
pretty much saying that because Ra's he proving Superman right is showing legitimate regret and emotion here to say, I don't want any more people to die because of me. And then that, oh God, the fucking paneling in this, dude. So then we have our full-on fight with Superman, and there's a part where he goes, thoom.
Oh, yeah.
And they're breaking through this building, and it shows it's a 2-page splash, but it's like a catty corner tower. And then the pieces of the debris coming out of the building are the fucking panels that you would read. Like, so good, man. Again, these Absolute books keep doing shit with the panels and doing things that you just don't see in a lot of books.
Just hats off.
Just full on, just spooging on the page.
A big old boner.
So yeah, that's when we see, and then we also find out that King Shazam also doesn't have a cape. It's a sand.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
black sand. It's
Yeah.
the black fucking sand. That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's him just like they're just powering up and fighting each other, and it's just great.
Yeah, just great, man.
All right, this is what I wanted to get at. Perhaps killing is only wrong when it's men like me who do it. That isn't true, isn't it? I think the way of the world hasn't changed much after all. 2 days into my reign, or during my reign, it took 2 days for me to set free every slave in Egypt. On the third day, I ended all war. Given time, I would have made a paradise of the entire world. Instead, those who would not see change locked me away, and apparently in my stead, they made you. So now King Shazam is like, you're a copy of me, bitch.
Yeah,
I
bitch.
was here first. And Superman's like,
First
look,
of all,
man, I don't know where the fuck
I am not fucking human, dude.
I'm not even from here. Oh, dude, the lines are so hard in this, man. Like, badass. He goes, 3,000 years, and still the lords of the land cannot abide a freed slave who can fly.
Yep.
And then he says, so tell me, slave of this new world, what masters hold your chains? As he just, like, is beating the shit out of him. I'm like, fucking Black Adam has never been cooler. Take that, Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, and then this is my favorite, the little nod here. So then they just they're just flying through the air, beating the shit out of each other. So then it's 4 panels, but it's like subatomic, transonic, supersonic, hypersonic. At one point, they're ripping through Gotham at Mach 25 speed. Yeah. And there's like, a little nod to Absolute. When are they? We've already seen Wonder Woman. When are these Batman and Superman crossing over? So then they land and they keep fighting. And this is my favorite. This whole time, John Henry was like, I'll come with you, and like got in like a cartoon gets in the little cloud and gets sucked up with them, lands where they do. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out with them, I'm gonna fight. And as he does, our favorite shows up and he's like, why don't you sit this one out? It's fucking Hawkman shows up and he goes, he's just like, he's coughing up and he's like, look, you oughta stay down, kid. And he's like, but yeah, well, what do I know? Nobody listens to me anyway. I've only been doing this for 80 years. I love it. He's a crotchety old man. Tell me something, kid. Is it just me, or has this superhero thing got out of hand? Because it's like Hawkman has been being like, you motherfuckers. So now, yeah, it's a Mexican standoff between Hawkman, King Shazam, Steel, and Superman. If anything, it's more like a tag team match. Because I imagine Hawkman got sent there, or like went up there to be like, hey, what is that? What is King Shazam doing out of his cage? Because we know he's on Lazarus's payroll. Yeah. But man, shout out to Jason Aaron, man. I've never been this invested in a Superman book ever. I've never read this much Superman. Have you?
No. I don't. I was
legitimately like, this is a really.
I was thinking about it today that because I brought over Absolute Batman number 20.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We've been reading these books for 20 weeks.
I have never read
20 months.
I have never read any DC
20
comic
months.
for 20 consecutive months ever.
Dude, I can't remember.
Ever.
I can't remember the last book, let alone books, that I've followed this religiously.
And if I didn't have a really cool comic shop that had a pull list, all of them do. Just go in. Go, hey,
support
can you make sure I get these comics every month?
Look,
and they'll be like, yes.
Look,
They'll probably give you a discount. But that has helped a lot.
Yeah.
I also go, like New Comic Day is Wednesday. So every other Wednesday I have therapy at 10. They open at 10. So every other Wednesday I go in at 10. like as soon as they open. So I'm, I mean, there are books you go in at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday.
You might not get it. Yeah.
You might not get it because they've already sold out of it. It's happened.
And look, I get it. It's convenient to order shit online. But you can
dude,
go to
go to
Barnes and Noble, but shit like that, go to your local comic book
I
shops.
look forward
Go
to going to my local comic book shop because I know the people that work there.
Yeah.
And it's not just going in and buying shit. It's going in and seeing my friends and then picking up my comics.
It's reading your comics, and it's the
you get to shoot the shit about the comics coming out.
I was just gonna say it's the Mallrats, the Kevin Smith, like just shooting the shit.
Absolutely.
And that's
Tell him, Steve Dave.
You know how many times I've just been looking at comics, and dude. And this is what I love about it, because the local comic shop is also like a used media store, so like movies, video games, music, whatever. So sometimes there'll be just random shit that will come in, and I'll be like, oh, I remember this, and then we just start talking about that and whatever. But go to local comic shops. Also, Absolute Superman number 19, A+. That's some good shit. Also, programming update.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the finale of The Boys next week.
Yeah.
And then after that, I have like 8 or 9 issues to read of Fantastic Four, because I told you I would catch up.
And I brought another one over.
I know. I just saw that. I was like, fuck me. But I did make we didn't get to it tonight because we just had a lot of other shit to talk about. But next week we're gonna talk about Immortal Hulk Volume 1, or is he both? It's the first 5 issues.
Yeah.
I can't wait to pick your brain and talk to you about it, because it's also funny to be reading Infernal Hulk.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you. Because I already knew about the Green Door, and I kind of already had an idea of what that was, but going back and reading that trade has really given me a lot more context to Infernal Hulk, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Which I can appreciate. I gotta say, I'm proud of us, real quick, that neither of us have talked about Null, because I know that's like 5 issues deep into that. Because that is supposed to be setting up Queen in Black, if I remember correctly, because he's fighting Hela.
Yeah, I will say this for you. I will say to you, I brought over issue 10 today of Fantastic Four, which is part 5 of the Invincible Woman arc.
Oh, the Malice stuff, right?
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you start with 6, read till 10, that should be plenty. Because the stuff that happens from like 1 to 5.
Well, we read the first 2.
I know, but I'm saying if you want to jump to 6 and then go to 10 so that we get that whole arc in, and then we'll do that every week because it's on my pull list. Okay. And that way
really
we
that
can
good?
catch up.
Is Ryan North cooking that much with this because everybody tells me this Fantastic Four series is fucking the shit. I should be reading.
It's pretty good.
I've heard really good things. So.
It's pretty good.
I like the first couple issues that I read. I just haven't got around to it.
I'm used to John Byrne and Walt Simonson Fantastic Four books. So, and again, I told you this. I made it clear several times. To me, the characters are kind of they're not as 3-dimensional to me as some people are, as some characters are in the comic books. The Fantastic Four never really have been. The Thing, of course, but like Johnny Storm, Susan Storm, Reed Richards, they're kind of. I mean, they don't jump out to me. I don't know what they sound like in real life. Whatever type shit. I don't know. Anyway,
we'll see you next week. We got
You
the
suck.
boys. The boys finale.
Hey,
Immortal Hulk.
hey,
Huh?
you suck.
Oh.
Oh, baby, love job with Jake and Tyler.